Hello, Professor Hussein. Can you hear me?
Hello? Yes, I can hear.
Yeah.
Can
Actually,
you?
sorry, what?
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, okay.
I think it is the time. We can start if you want.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Then, firstly, thank you for being with us today. And before going along with the speech, let me introduce you. Professor Dr. Irshad Hussein is a chairman in the Department of Education and also works as a director in Undergraduate Study Center at Islamia University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan. He has PhD in distance education. The title of his speech today is Distance Education, a Pedagogy During COVID-19 Pandemic. Now the floor is yours, Professor.
Thank you. Dr. Irshad Hussain from the Islam University of Bahawalpur, Pakistan is here. Welcome to all. My presentation is distance education, that is a pedagogy during COVID-19. What is distance education? Distance education is open to all people, all places, and all ideas. Keeping in view this definition of distance education, the Islam University of Bahawalpur, which is one of the largest university in Pakistan and one of the leading university of the country and famous university of the region, adopted distance education during
Sir, I'm
pandemic.
sorry to interrupt, Professor. I'm sorry. It's a live stream. That's why. Can you please turn on your camera, video?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So during the pandemic, the Islam University of Bahawalpur started to cater its students as learners. So, keeping in view the definition of distance education, it is open to all people, all places, and all ideas. Islam University of Bahawalpur adopted this definition of distance education. And you know that there are different definitions of distance education. One of the traditional definition of distance education, that is distance education where there is a distance between the tutor and the learner, and that is the institution. That is the correspondence education. And other definition of distance education is that mediated form of learning, that is the learning experiences. And here the use of the technology is inevitable, and we use the technology. So distance education as a mediated form of education, as a mediated form of learning experiences, and which consists of the online education and online learning. So, what is pedagogy? Pedagogy is the art and science of teaching, and as where an experienced individual, that is the teacher, facilitates the learners in learning new experiences and knowledge. So, joining the two, the pedagogy and distance education, we cater the needs of the students. Distance education as pedagogy. We know that in pedagogy, the teacher facilitates the learners, and learners always are less experienced, they are less knowledgeable, and they need information, they need knowledge, they need skill. Where in pedagogy, the teacher who is experienced one, and he or she facilitates the learners, helps the learners in search of knowledge by using information and communication technologies or any other applications like WhatsApp, Zoom, etc., etc. So during COVID-19, what role distance education played? The sudden outbreak of COVID-19 created chaos in Pakistan like all over the world. All of a sudden, all academic activities were suspended at all levels in March 2020 in Pakistan. So what to do? What to do during this suspension of academic activities and closure of the educational institutions? It was a test for the academic leadership, particularly that of the university leadership in Pakistan. Either the institution remained closed without any academic activity or to engage the learners or the students by offering some learning activities. Of course, all preferred the second option, that is to engage the students in learning activities. So what was the way forward to engage the learners at that level where all the universities, all the traditional universities which were offering on-campus education, which were where the students come in the classroom, they sit in front of the teacher and the teacher talk. But all of a sudden, the landscape of the educational institution was changed. So what was the way forward? Here, the mediated form of distance education emerged as a feasible strategy in Pakistan. So the university, the Islam University of Bahawalpur, decided to embrace the ICT assisted teaching and learning strategy with the main objective to ensure integrity and academic calendar to be completed in time, and the students should be engaged in learning activities, and their knowledge and their information and their learning skills may not be interrupted. So objectives of this assisted learning activities are assisted that was to minimize the academic loss due to closure of the university and to engage the students through distance education, to create, to augment the classroom and online education by distance education using course material bundles and learning management system to assure content delivery for self-learning of the students at their homes, at the places where they work and live. So what was the course bundle material? It was a course content in the form of Word, MS Word files, PDF files, PowerPoint presentations, audio recordings, video recordings, get through open educational resources with open domains. These were uploaded on the website of the university, and students accessed these materials for their own learning at the places where they live and work. Respective teachers facilitated the students initially through mobile phones and later on by using different applications, which are web-based, which are internet-based applications. The most commonly used applications were WhatsApp, Zoom, Jitsi, Google Meet, etc., etc. We use these. Later on, after a few weeks, a dedicated learning management system was developed for the purpose of student engagement, for the purpose of students learning and sharing of learning material with the students. Course teacher was responsible for conducting classes and engaging students in learning activities. For example, assigning them the assignment to do at homes, and some critical thinking type assignments were given to the students. Teachers provided guidelines and guidance in WhatsApp groups. The main source during the outbreak in March 2020 was the WhatsApp groups where the teachers recorded the short voice messages and sent in students groups. And the same was from the student side. What were their questions? They raised in voice message and sent back in the group, and teacher addressed these queries of the students and questions of the students. So what was the mechanism of the assessment? Technology-based assessment system was adopted for the students' learning, as well as in this system, multiple choice questions were framed by the teachers, and they were given to the learning management administrators, the IT personnel, to be uploaded on the internet, on the university website, and students did their questions. Here the question is, how were students instructed? The audio recorded, the PDF materials, the word materials, the video recording, all were uploaded on the learning management system, and students accessed these learning materials and did at their homes. For instance, if a subject on the learning technology or the education research was taught, the teacher who was teaching the subject, they created the course bundle materials on the university website initially, and then converted the same material on the learning management system. And from that learning material, the teacher crafted or developed the multiple choice questions for students' quizzes, for students' assignments, and also written assignments assignment were also given to the student for their critical criticism and for their creation and their critical thinking, elaboration, explanation, etc., etc. So the same was the pattern of the assessment on the learning management system. During these, of course, we were not used to use the technology for teaching learning process other than in the classroom, like multimedia and open educational resources, YouTube, etc., etc. There are some challenges which the university faced, the teachers faced, and of course, the students faced. These challenges, first of all, was the readiness of the teacher and students. Initially, when there was outbreak of the COVID-19, all of a sudden the university was closed and all the teachers, all the students were locked down at their home. What to do for the students and what do the students at their homes and learning activity? It was through the ICT, information and communication technologies, to impart education to the students. The question was, were the teachers ready to embrace the ICT, to send the information through ICT, to instruct the students through by using the information and communication technologies? On the other hand, were the students ready to adopt the ICT? And also, there was a question that were all students in the capacity to buy the ICT, to buy the internet package and internet bundles? So it was a crucial time when all of a sudden it happened, and the university has to make the teachers ready, has to make the students ready to come in the mainstream by using the ICT. It was very much crucial. Of course, the leadership of the university instructed the teachers, instructed the students, and through message recording, through WhatsApp groups, through university website, and through phone calls, and the teachers were made ready and they were trained by using the ICT, particularly the WhatsApp groups, and they were instructed how to impart the instruction to the students at distance by using the technology. The second was the teacher training. Were the teacher trained enough to use the technology, to get material from different websites, to check the authenticity of the material, to check the right and wrong from the so many material types? So it was the teacher training. Of course, the training was conducted by the university through Google Meet and the learning management system itself for the teachers. And teachers were trained how to create learning material bundle, how to transfer the learning material bundle to the learning management system, how to give quizzes to the students, how to evaluate the assignments, and how to interact with the students by using different applications of the technology. So the next challenge was the availability of the technology, the laptops, the Android phone, and the internet. It was a big challenge for the students as well as for the teachers, because all of the students learning in the university, particularly those who were enrolled in their first semester, and the students of bachelor studies, most of the students did not have their personal laptops, and most of the students did not have their personal Android phone. And in remote areas, particularly in that of the rural areas, internet access was limited. These were the challenges which the university has to face and faced and has to overcome. So the students were instructed to share their Android phones with their brothers and sisters, with their friends, and also to share their laptops with their brothers and sisters, and also with their friends. And also they were instructed to come to the houses, homes of their relatives and their friends to use the internet and also the internet package. Next question, the challenge which was faced by the university was the bandwidth of the internet on the end of the users, on the end of the students, and also on the end of the teachers. Where the students were living, the bandwidth was low, less bandwidth created challenges. So it was overcome by the help of the internet providing companies, mobile phone companies, to increase the bandwidth, to increase the access to the remote areas to the students. Then was the internet package. It was a main issue here in Pakistan, particularly in southern parts where the Islamic University of Bahawalpur is situated, in the remote areas. All parents were not in capacity to buy enough package for their children to use the internet for instructional purpose. Of course, they were able to buy the internet package, but not sufficient package to be used by each and every student, each and every kid in the house. So it was overcome with the negotiation again and again with the parents through mobile phone, through the applications, mean that the internet-based application like WhatsApp, etc., that they may use with the different group of the children in the same home. If a child is studying at matriculation level, other one in university level, in different program, they can sit together and they can use the internet package at the same time. Then the next issue was the monitoring of the teaching learning process. Who would be monitoring the teaching learning process? Either the teaching learning process is taking place or not. Of course, it was a big challenge. But the university overcome this challenge by monitoring through learning management system, the progress of the students and the progress of the teacher. What the teachers are doing, all these things were recorded on the learning management system. What the students were doing, either they were participating or not, either they were doing the assignments, they were doing the quizzes or not. All these were monitored by the learning management system, by the IT personnel, and of course by the head of the department and the dean of the faculty. The next challenge was a time management. Time is very important for every one of us, but time management is most important than that. How to manage the time, how to manage time for different courses, how to manage time for the different individuals at home. I mean, different children at the home using the same mobile phone or the same internet package and the same laptop at the home. One is studying in bachelor studies, one is studying in master studies, different courses are being taught. So all are studying their own courses, how to manage these time. So it was also instructed, and time management skills were also imparted by the teachers, and it was managed by mutually negotiation by the teacher and the head of the department with the students, with the parents. Next one challenge was the IT skills. Did all the students have sufficient IT skills to use the mobile phone, Android phone, or to use the laptop, or to use the learning management system and access to the course material bundle? Of course, all students were not proficient in IT skills. Particularly those students who were enrolled in first semester of bachelor studies, they had less IT skills. And with the passage of time, they were instructed how to use the IT skill. The personnel in the IT department, information technology department, they uploaded different videos, how to use course bundle materials, how to use learning management system, how to submit the assignment, how to do the quiz, and how to download the material, how to download the video, how to download the audio, how to raise the question, etc. All these videos were uploaded by the IT personnel on social media, particularly the YouTube, and students access those videos. After viewing those videos, they used the learning management system effectively and learning materials, and they participated in quizzes, etc., etc. Final word. Online and distance education has become a feasible strategy to impart education during the crisis time. This is my conclusion. This is my final word of this today's session. Thank you very much. Now your questions.
Thank you, Professor, for your informative speech. Now we can take questions or comments if there is any. I think there is none. So we can end the session then. Thank you for being with us today, Professor. Thank you for your speech again. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you.